Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 516 of Prog Review. Today, this one, it's called, I'm going to have to look at the cover, Illinois River Valley Blues by Brokeback. Oh, this is the problem when you've got two strands. Do I put it in Prog Review, or do I put it in the music go-round? I'm going with Prog Review today, because well, I put Tortoise in Prog Review, so this only seems fair that this album should go in Prog Review too. But why, Darren? Why? Well, Brokeback is a side project by Doug McCombs, or Douglas McCombs, who's the guitarist, bassist. They're multi-instrumentalists in Tortoise, but he plays predominantly with Tortoise, and he has this as a side project. And this is the new album. He says reaching for it and holding it up again. This is the new album. This was released last week. And rather good it is too. I'm biased though, you know that. I didn't know anything about them. They passed me by over the years. I don't know why. I should know. I should have heard of this album. I should have heard of this work. But for whatever reason, this is all new to me. There have been a number of releases. I think this is I'm counting, I think this is the 6th album, though some of them have been like EPs and whatnot. So the discography is a bit problematic. But yeah, so what is it? I've recommended Tortoise to you before, haven't I? You know that, and you know that they're kind of a instrumental, experimental, jazzy, progressive kind of band. Well, you know those good guitar bits, you know those expansive guitar bits. Well, that's what you get here. It's a wholly instrumental album, and it's how many tracks are there? There are 10 tracks. 10 tracks, very moody back cover art, and yeah, they're all very much of the same ilk. Big chords, lots of reverb. I think he uses the bass 6 as well, sometimes. But yeah, it's got that American twang to it. Well, it would do if it's called Illinois River Valley Blues. But yeah, it's got a very American twang to the tracks, and it's very rare that an album comes along I instantly go, oh, I like this. I prick up my ears, and I must admit, I really did enjoy this record, and I've played it a few times. Such has been my level of enjoyment and enthusiasm. Like I said, it's all very much of a muchness. If you like the more of the guitar flavoured instrumentals from Tortoise, then you are going to dig this in spades. And I would say rush out and buy a copy while you can. Again, if you get the vinyl, you get your digital download code too, so your quid's in there. But yeah, I mean, I can't say any more about it. I mean, it's just I found every track engaging. I think there's a track on the B-side. I think it's on The Move and Vanishing, which I thought was really catchy. And again, the tracks are catchy. They're tunes that, pop. They really pop. And yeah, again, it kind of sits well with that stuff that Lanterna, I've mentioned him before, kind of sits well with that kind of American flavoured guitar. We're talking Blue Skies, Vistas, Americana, that kind of stuff. That's what we're talking here, in its very purest sense. Now, me, being a cynical old Brit, I shouldn't like this kind of stuff, but then I like Lanterna, and I like this. I like this a lot, and so I'm going to have to start hunting out the other records now. Oh, just when you think it's all finished and you've heard it all, something pops up and you go, oh, now I've got to go and listen to those records. But that's a good thing, isn't it? It keeps you on your toes and keeps the old pecker up, as it were. I don't know if that's a good there's a good euphemism. Keeps the pecker up. But yeah, so I thoroughly recommend the album. Get it while you can. I've got very little more to say to it. I should be extending these prog reviews, making them longer and longer. But the thing is when there's albums I like, all I can do is enthuse and tell you to buy it. And really, I should be, waxing lyrical about the individual tracks. But I didn't write any notes, see, because I'm a lazy bastard, and that's why the quality of this channel is appalling. That's why nobody watches the reviews. They just like to see me opening the cardboard boxes, see, because that's quality for you. That's quality. I don't know why I bother with the reviews, to be quite honest. But yeah, so do check it out. And it does. I mean, again, it's funny because I know there is a lot of. I know there's about, like I said, there's about 5 or 6 records for me to check out. But when I purchased it, it felt like a new thing, and it felt, this is new. This is a new album, this new band, And that was really kind of cool. But now I know I was completely wrong, as usual. I've got to go back in time and see if I can pick up some of the other records. But yeah, I mean, if you like the Tortoise, and if you haven't checked out Tortoise, please go and check them out. Go and get TNT, or do it in chronological order, which is always my recommendation. But I began with TNT back in the day, and I started with this one. So I've started arse about face, but hey, so it happens. In terms of rating, I'm giving this I'm definitely giving this 5 Ursulas out of 5. It's 5 Ursulas out of 5 because, like I say, it's just it's very rare. Again, when you're as old and as boring as me, it's very rare for an album just to completely engage with you. I think public sector broadcasting were a similar thing when I first thought, really, really kind of turned me on. But when these albums come along, it's a really, it really picks you up, because you can get a little bit jaded, a little bit cynical by all this music. But it's nice when something pure like this comes along and you just dig it. I mean, there will be people out there that will find it boring and dull, obviously, because it's not for everyone. But yeah, this is cool. This is really, really cool. So yeah, I've given it 5 Ursulas out of 5. Yeah, I've done that. We'll do the thing about, don't forget you can follow me on social media. I am on the Twitface. So do find me there, because if you don't get people have been complaining I don't get the notifications from these sometimes if I'm doing live videos or if doing these. Do check out the Twitface, because all this is replicated over there. So if you miss it, you can see it there. Or you can go to my website, www.darrenlock.com. You'll find it there as well if you don't, if you're out of the loop. Of course, there's also music.darrenlock.com. If you go there, there's loads of my music you can listen to. If you're that way inclined, it might not be. If you want to support the rubbish that I put out onto YouTube, let's face it, it's not as good as it used to be, is it? I think once now I've gone past 45. That's it. I've hit my peak. I'm downhill all the way now. But yeah, there is also, of course, there's the old Patreon for people who like to fritter their money away pointlessly. You can fritter your money in my direction, and that's at www.patreon.com/lock, LOCK, and I'll see you there. So yeah, I've done the music, I've done the Patreon, I've done the social media. Yeah, I think I've done it. But yeah, do check it out. My name's been Darren. I've been talking about I'm going to get it right this time, Illinois River Valley Blues by Brokeback, and I think it's about their 7th album. And Doug McCombs' side project. And I utterly and thoroughly recommend it, especially if you do like the tunes that Tortoise put out. So yeah, that's it. I've got one more thing to say, and that is prog on!